Detroit Metal City was a 12-episode anime that was consistently hilarious throughout. This anime is basically if Metalocalypse was made for guys with more anime figurines on their shelves than dollars in their bank account. The story follows a guy named Soichi Negishi, who moved from his family's farm to Tokyo to become a famous pop singer. However, because all his pop songs suck donkey ass, and through other strange twists of fate, he becomes the lead singer of a death metal band called DMC. No, not that DMC. But the problem with all of this? He hates heavy metal with a burning fucking passion, and this leads him to attempt quitting the band more than once. However, there's always something that brings him back, because as much as he doesn't want to admit it, he deeply cares about this band even if he hates the music. So his life essentially becomes like that of Hannah Montana's, in the sense that he constantly has to hide his fame from the normies in his life so they don't find out about his secret. Let's look at the other main characters in this story for a sec. We've seen Soichi, but on stage he becomes Johann Krauser II, the terrorist straight out of hell. And with a name like that, it makes me wonder what kind of wacky stunt he'd pull once DMC breaks into the American audience. But anyway, Krauser's persona relies heavily on brutality, which is an interesting contrast to Soichi's kind-hearted nature. Krauser is shown frequently assaulting bystanders, both physically and sexually, even if it's completely accidental. It's always hilarious seeing the crowd of fans blow things way out of proportion and turn these fuck-ups into some grand gesture of brutality. But hey, whatever works in the band's favor, right? The other band members aren't really worth noting, since they don't do much in this series. We got the bassist Alexander Jaggi, and the drummer Camus. There's not too much about these two, since the story is pretty much all about Krauser, so there isn't really much to say. In one episode, Camus survives a building fire and doesn't stop drumming throughout the entire thing. That was pretty badass. The band's manager, known only as Miss President, is one of the funnier characters in this anime. She's unhinged, foul-mouthed, and gets her rocks off to DMC's concerts. No, really. Damn near every other line coming out of her mouth is about how much the music made her pussy wet. While Krauser is the fan favorite, Miss President is the true mastermind behind DMC, and don't ever tell her otherwise unless you want her to gut you like a fucking fish. Capitalist Pig, also known as Keisuke Nashimoto, is the guy that DMC brings on stage at every show they play to beat the shit out of. They degrade this middle-aged man in front of large audiences, and this becomes a staple in DMC performances. And the twisted part? He's totally fine with it. Nashimoto is a masochist, so every time Krauser kicks his ass on stage, he gets off on it. Yuri Aikawa acts as Soichi's main love interest. She's a journalist for a pop culture magazine, as well as Soichi's friend from college. While everyone else puts Soichi down for his pop music being mediocre at best, Aikawa is the only one who sees value in it. She loves Soichi's calm and kind nature, but hates DMC and metal music. So the episodes that feature her consist of Soichi trying to hide this aspect of his life from her. Alright, so now that you have a grasp on who the main characters are, let's dive into some of the funniest scenes that stuck out to me. In one episode, a feminist punk band starts talking mad shit about DMC, so Miss President sends Soichi to crash their concert. As Soichi makes his way up on stage, the audience roughs him up a bit, tearing his clothes and drawing blood. As he finally gets up on stage, he's the spitting image of the lead singer's hero, Sid Vicious, bass player for the legendary punk band, the Sex Pistols. No, I'm not fucking joking. They explicitly state that the singer thinks Soichi is the ghost of Sid fucking Vicious. You can't make this shit up. Another one is when at the end of a DMC concert, Soichi just makes up some shit he thinks sounds cool to say. This leads fans to speculate on forums that it's a cryptic message telling them to meet at Tokyo Tower. So a horde of DMC fans congregate there and start raising hell, leading Soichi to dress up as Krauser and satiate the fans. This causes him to get way too into it, hop up onto the tower, and start dry humping it. Yep, he literally fucks the Tokyo Tower. This anime is fucking wild, man. And here's something you may have been wondering about. The name Detroit Metal City sounds pretty familiar, right? Well, yeah, it was named after the Kiss song Detroit Rock City. But that's not where the ties to Kiss end. Get ready for this one. In the live-action Detroit Metal City movie, you want to know who plays the main villain? That's right, Gene Goddamn Simmons, right there! Fucking top 10 anime plot twists. Detroit Metal City was a delight to watch. The comedy is stellar, the music kicks ass, and with only 13 minutes per episode, you could blow through this whole anime in a little over 2.5 hours if you wanted to. Do I recommend watching this? Yeah, so long as your sense of humor is as fucked as mine. And since you took interest in my channel enough to click on this video, I'm just gonna assume that that's a yes, so go watch Detroit Metal City. I give it an 8 out of 10.